Hey folks, welcome back. We are in a different location today, and you may recognize this guy. Today I'm in Canuckville, I guess you can say, like a different location. This is my buddy Paul, also known as Tesla Canuck. Nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you, but we have met previously.
Yes. Officially, when I say meet, I mean officially YouTube meeting, because we've spoke at different meetings and stuff like that, and online, and we've been talking about getting together to do a collaboration. But you know what? We just couldn't do it. But you know, today's a perfect day, sunny, sometimes too sunny, no sunglasses. But you know, I figured we'd get together, and we have something in common.
We do?
We do.
What is that?
The whole reason we're here. The whole reason for...
Does that have to do with Tesla?
It has to do with, it has to do with Tesla, yeah, very good. And also has to do with our cars and something that we both reviewed recently.
Yeah, and so we're going to tell you more details about that. But before we do that, let's just kind of talk about what kind of prompted this particular session. So we've each done a video about the car covers for the Tesla Model 3.
Yep.
And there were some interesting comments that we received.
I like how you use the word interesting, yeah.
And a lot of people were concerned about two things basically. One is that the car cover didn't have a slit on it for the venting of the the battery when it heats up, when it's either charging or just sitting around maintaining its temperature.
Yep.
And the other thing was about the
charge port.
Port.
Yeah. Like the Tesla one, the one sold by Tesla, $400 and some dollars or $300 and some dollars. The one that's more expensive, it has that flap. Correct me if I'm wrong. It looks like it's Velcro. I haven't seen one in the flesh, but so it's got that flap. And like I said in my other video, in the past video, that if you wanted to do it with these, well, I'll use your car for example. If you want to do it, you'd have to, I guess, like hike up the mat.
Yeah.
Not the mat, the cover.
Yeah.
Which isn't very ideal. So.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to address those 2 points in this video, and we're going to show you how you can have the best of both worlds. Save $300 and have a slit and have a movable cover that you can access the charge port. Now, before we go there, I do have a gift for my friend here, Dax.
What? A gift? I didn't know we were doing gifts, Paul.
Yeah, well,
I feel bad. I didn't bring anything for you.
He drove 100 miles to be here. I figured I should get him a gift. So hang in there, and we're going to get that next segment ready for you, and it's going to be interesting to see what Dax thinks of this gift. Okay, so I mentioned I have a gift for my buddy Dax here. So I've got some scissors, which we're actually going to need for our segment here.
Whoa. We're cutting stuff?
We're going to be cutting stuff. So
I'm just kidding, I knew.
Yeah. So I picked up kids' scissors on purpose, just because, well, I thought it'd be funny. But let me show the cameras here. I'm going to show the other camera. So basically what we have here is we've got a pair of scissors with the design of a butterfly, and we have a pair of scissors with a design of a cow. So I think our viewers want to know, Dax, are you a cow or are you a butterfly?
Paul?
Yes?
Let me answer your question with another question, first of all. Were those the only 2 options you had?
That's it.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, basically.
Well, you know what? I mean, it's a no-brainer if you ask me those choices. I mean, my wife would probably call me a cow, and other people would probably call me a cow. But I like to think I'm probably more of a butterfly person.
Very good. You know, I think the same. I think you're more of a butterfly person.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say, here's your scissors.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks. You shouldn't have.
Yes.
Like I said, really.
Yes.
There's some nice butterflies.
Yeah, really nice, right?
So I can't. These are kid scissors, so I can run with these.
Well, you could try that.
Okay.
All right.
So what are we going to do with the scissors exactly?
Okay. So what we're going to do, and I have another prop here that these are Sharpies, and so this is another gift for my buddy here, Dax. There's 2 in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the car covers on, and once again, these are the BougeRV covers, and with the issue of not having a slit or not having the flap for the charge port, and we're going to trace out where these flaps and slits should be.
Yep.
and then we're going to take the scissors to them. I mean, this costs like $49 before a 20% discount. So
$40.
Yeah. You know, so do you
That's-
feel bad?
That's Canadian.
Is that Canadian?
Pretty sure, yeah. I'm almost 95% sure
Well-
when I saw it was Canadian. So that's like $10 American.
That's not even real money.
No.
Canadian money.
No, that's change. Yeah.
All right, so then I don't feel bad taking the scissors to this. I'd rather save the $300.
Yeah.
What about you, Dad?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. It's something that I feel safe enough and comfortable enough on anyone spending that kind of money and altering it to their needs. I mean, would I do it? I'll ask you. Would you do it if it was a Tesla one?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, you wouldn't need to, but if you
Yes.
needed something else, no. See, and anyone
Yeah.
that would spend $300-$400,
Yeah.
they'd be out of their mind to do that, right?
You know, and off camera, we were having a discussion about the Tesla cover, and I thought you raised a great point.
Yeah.
Dax, do you want to talk
Yeah.
about that?
You know what? I mean, say what you will for the little downfall like that we're remedying, I guess, today with the BougeRV cover, but to spend that much on a Tesla cover is it's pricey, but also I find the pictures I've been looking with the giant Tesla thing on the back here. Yeah, okay, I know I've got Tesla here, but to conceal it and protect it, and then have big Tesla logo on the side and on the back, it's just, to me, it invites too much. I don't know what's
The
word I'm
crazies.
looking for. Yeah,
Like,
okay, that's the word I was thinking. I was wondering if we should say it, but no,
Yeah.
it's safe enough to say that. Yeah, the crazies. It invites too much negativity and it tempts people too much.
It's a weird thing that's going on, and it happened to me. I never thought about it so much until it happened to me. But there are people that will target you just because you're driving a Tesla. So
Shocking.
Yeah, it's I don't know what's going on with humanity, but anyhow, so you don't necessarily want to invite that either. So having a generic cover might be the right thing for you to not draw attention to the fact that it is covering a Tesla. So I thought that was a really great point.
Yeah,
Dax.
no, thanks.
Yeah. All right, so what do you say? You want to get to it?
Let's start cutting. Oh, let's start marking and then
Marking
And then
then cutting. Yes.
perfect.
All right.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Folks, it's also a good idea to, when you lay it out, to check to make sure there's no debris or any object that once you put the cover on it would scratch. Okay, folks, this is the time you've all been waiting for. This is when we actually pack up our covers. But like I said, it's not a big deal. Don't get stressed out about that. But you know what? Tesla Canuck is a lot braver than I am. So even though I'm going to go first, I'm going to let him cut it. The front slit for the air ventilation in the front. What I'm going to do is check out this method. With the cover still on and everything like that, I'll come on this side so you can see better. I can hear the fans going right now. So I know the fans are going to cool down the car. But because it's just like a cinchable, elastic front end here, my suggestion, if you get this cover, to alleviate that issue, just bring it up. All you have to do is bring it up like that. Now you've got the front fully ventilated, fully open. You don't have to worry about, I mean, and it still is the car, the majority of the car and the bumper is still protected, but you don't have to worry about ventilation issues. That is one method, and Tesla Canuck is going to show you the other method.
Okay, similar to what Dax was showing you, I have my Sharpie out here, and you can see that the gap here for the airflow is pretty pronounced. You can feel it and you can trace around it, which is what I'm going to do. Again, as Dax mentioned, you're going to want to make sure that the fit is where you want it. And yeah, let's see how this goes. All right, there we go. That was pretty quick, pretty easy. I'll cut it nicer than I traced it, but this is going to open up this area here for the airflow for your battery if you're worried about it overheating. So next step is we break out the scissors. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually take the cover off, and then we're going to break out the scissors. I'm going to time lapse this thing, speed it up, but let's get started. I was just watching, his bag was blowing away, so I was going to get in the shot, and you know, Dax here just did a football tackle on it. Excellent, nicely done, Dax.
Thank you.
All right, so by now, if you're an adult, you definitely know how to use these. So I might not show the entire thing, but to get started, we're just going to cut a slit like this, and that'll get us started, and then just follow the trace. All right, so as you can see, the cut goes pretty smoothly. The material does not fray apart, so that's really encouraging. And it still fits in. I can still use the strap down here, and the airflow for the vehicle when it's you know, charging up or whatever, keep that battery temperature where it needs to be. This is a very great workaround for people who don't need like the most beautiful car cover. You can get a cheap one like this, you know, 49 bucks. Cut the slit, you're good to go.
Moving on to the back end of the car here, folks. Sharpie in hand, and you know, you gotta have a lot of guts for this. I say that kiddingly because it is a $50 cover, like I keep reminding everyone. What I would do is obviously put the cover on and everything. Now fit it perfectly like you would, line it up and everything like you would normally do. Make sure the straps are on, and it doesn't hurt to just go around and make sure that it's in the same spot that you want it in, because once you do this, there's no do-overs. Once you cut it, and what's done is done. And if you mess up, then you're back to Amazon for another 50 bucks. So, but the good thing is this cover is thin enough, it's not too thin, but thin enough that if you just put your hand over here on this side, on the outside, you can feel the outline of the charge port door. So makes it easy enough. So you just take the Sharpie, and we're just gonna trace it basically. I'm gonna start from the bottom here, and then, I mean, folks, this couldn't be any easier. I'm just going along the outline of the charge port door, and that's it. I mean, you could cut it here up to the hinge, but I think that's going too much, and then you're risking just having just a little piece of material on it. Or you can, if you want, you could go over the top and cut the whole entire piece out. It's up to you. So there you go, folks. I sped it up for you there a little bit, but charge port door accessible now. Now my car is locked, so I can't open it up, but if I was to use my app, so I'd have to cut it up a little bit further here and a little bit further here. It sort of didn't cut it far enough, but the design, the contour and everything was perfect. Now if I close it down, yeah, I just need to cut it maybe another inch here and another inch here, which I can do quickly right now. So once it's up, oh, you gotta love it, eh? There you go. And now you can charge. Your cover is fully on, and you've got access to charge. And when you're finished charging, you put it down. If you want, you can put this back over. What I may do, depending on how often I use this, like Paul said, there's no fraying of the material or anything like that, so I'm not too concerned. But if I feel like later and I've got some time, I might get fancy and just put some kind of edging around the edges here on the sides, and maybe put a little Velcro strap to keep it down so the wind doesn't get up. And then other than that, it's good to go.
Hey Dax, how much money did you save?
I saved about $350.
Wow. All right, hey Dax, so that didn't take very long, did it?
No, I mean, with the filming and the shooting and the cameras and everything. But if you were to do that without the filming and everything,
15 minutes?
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. 15
exactly.
minutes.
15 minutes to save $300, $350. I mean, some people, that's going to be great. I mean, I do think there's probably a few people out there that maybe are looking for something a little different, a really nice fit and finish, so the Tesla product's probably for them. But don't you think, like, most people could probably get away with what we just did?
Yeah, oh, definitely. I mean, if you're brave enough, or for lack of a better word, another word for it, like we did, to cut the slits and stuff like that, and say you mess up.
Yeah.
Say you mess up, I mean, I don't know how, but say you mess up and you lop your finger off. I think that's probably the worst scenario. But you go and you order another one from Amazon. Now you're $100 or $80, and you're still you still haven't cracked what a Tesla one.
You could buy 6.
Yeah,
these
yeah. You can make
right?
5
So,
mistakes.
yeah, exactly.
It's
So,
pretty forgiving. So I look at it from that kind of financial standpoint.
yeah, exactly. That was the whole purpose of the video I did,
Yep.
right? Which is, listen, I know it's missing some things, but for the price, you can easily fix that. And for most people, take the money, save the money.
Right, exactly. And like we spoke about earlier off camera, the naysayers, the skeptics and stuff like that talk about, oh, you shouldn't cut it, oh, you shouldn't use a car cover. Relax, people. Relax. It's not the end of the world. Yes.
Yeah,
It's not Armageddon.
exactly.
Yes.
Right.
It's a $50 cover. It will protect your car. Make sure there's no debris on it when you're putting it on. Make sure your car is clean, right?
Yeah,
you don't
of
want
course.
to, whether it's this car cover, I don't have it on, but this car cover or the Tesla car cover, you put that on a dirty car,
Yep.
it's going to scratch. So
Yep.
there's a time and place. Like in my
Yeah,
last video,
I think
there's
that's a
time.
perfect way to put it. There's a time and a place for something like this at such a low cost.
Exactly.
So I guess we'll have to start planning our next collab.
Yes, for sure. Thank you. It was
Thank you
fun.
for coming up.
No problem. Now I have my 2-hour drive back home.
Tesla Canuck, over and out.
I like what he says here. We'll talk to you later, folks. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.